He says that's why pyramids can be found all over the world. They signify the upward triangle that elevates your soul to the divine. That's true. That is literally what they represent. Even if you look in Egyptian mythology, the Ben and the pillars, the pyramids, the points of the pyramids, all of them are representing you coming back to the point at which you emerged into matter, into material reality, returning to that point, going back up there, right? That's what it represents. And they're all, he says, connected to the winged serpent or dragon. Your soul, which is electromagnetic, rises like a serpent. That means helical or vortex-like pattern. And yeah, the winged serpent is actually the union of opposites, right? The snake is the scaled, wingless thing. It's the perfected, right? The fallen. And then as it develops, it can get legs, and then it's more dragon-like, and then it can fly. And now it's even more ascended, and it can become fully feathered and winged, flying through the sky. And now you're your ascended self. It's a symbol, right? The dragon is a symbol. Serpent is a symbol. Birds are symbols. The pyramids, he says, could have been made either by artificially shaping the rocks or mountains, which I believe is much more powerful, or by constructing them from stones. Many pyramids, he says, are also covered by earth because they're ancient, and much of the ancient world was buried in mud and needs to be excavated. By the way, in this view, this isn't mud flood as in, some sort of elites or some sort of like conscious entity is like performing this and like covering us in mud to like reset us. It just is what the earth does. It just is where we're at physically. And it's just the cycle that happens. But mud is the result of water sloshing over land at a high speed and high volume. Suddenly, a lot of mud's going to get deposited, right? So there are pyramids, I think, all over the world, and all sorts of other monolithic, what is often called Tartarian or sort of mud flood structures. A lot of those are similar, right? They're meant to remind you of what happened and what will happen again, and how, if you choose, you can transcend those cycles.